This looks like a cheap free-to-play game off Steam. Oh my god, what a diss! Welcome to History Legends, and today we'll be reacting to the multiplayer gameplay from Call of Duty Vanguard. It was released just a couple hours ago, so let's check it out. If you're interested in World War II, don't forget to check out my book with hundreds of veteran stories. Link in the description box. Alright, so I have no idea what to expect from this gameplay, but I always like to check the comment section. If this game doesn't have PPSH or DP28, I will be disappointed. Wow. 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 Ah yes, off a great start. M1A1 Thompson with a drum magazine. For those that don't know, the M1A1 isn't supposed to take drum magazines. Juggernauts with flamethrower in World War II. Okay, this one is interesting. Just remaster World at War and COD 2 and let the franchise die on a positive. Okay, this alone says it. The Call of Duty franchise is exhausted. A lot of people complain that they make too many games and they should spend more time with each game to make it better instead of releasing one every year. And honestly, World at War was a great game. Even the campaign in COD 2, I remember playing all these games. It was good. But now it seems they don't have any more ideas. And I made a video about it a few days ago on how many options they have for World War II. They keep doing the same missions. There's so many other conflicts, there's so many other campaigns of World War II they could actually cover. Bar using NATO ammo. This looks like a cheap free-to-play game off Steam. Oh my god, what a diss! If this game is $100, we'll be disappointed. Okay, so people, right off the bat, let's put this in perspective. It plainly sucks. The graphics are 7 on 10. Okay, right off the bat, I don't even have to watch the gameplay. This game looks like trash. Oh my god. So people know people are not happy. All right, let's check it out. If you know the map, comment it below. I have no idea what this map is. Looks like the Eastern Front. Honestly, I don't see much difference with World at War in terms of graphics. Of course, they have a few different things, but in about 10 years, yeah. Oh no, it's not the Eastern Front at all. Like I said, there's so many options for World War II campaigns they could do. And at least explore new things, not always Normandy, Stalingrad, like all these things. It's been done over and over again. Even Market Garden, it's been done a lot. But we can feel the developers, Call of Duty, the developers don't know what to do. Yeah, I understand how people can be disappointed by Call of Duty because in a decade of multiplayer, fast-paced, people now move to games where they have more control over things. Here, it's literally playing in a sandbox. You don't have much options. In Battlefield, you can control vehicles, you can control all sorts of aircraft, tanks, whatever you name it. Then you have Warzone, that you have a lot of control, you have huge maps, and people love this. And technology allows it. And games like that are like, I don't know. So that's what I was complaining about in the main Call of Duty. We have aircraft carriers. In the trailer, we have aircraft carriers, all sorts of huge machinery. And then in the end, you end up with small maps. Okay, so this part is nice. You can just have everything you want. You know, even the fact of being able to play as the Germans during World War II, I think if Battlefield did it and if everybody just accepted it and thought it was cool, I think Call of Duty can go in that direction as well. Because at this point, it's always the same story of evil Germans, and then you play the Soviets and the Americans and sometimes the British. It just lacks diversity, in my opinion. First of all, when you play these allied nations, you rarely play against Axis allies. So Hungarians, Romanians, Italians, you never play against them. So it makes a lot of people think that Germany was the sole evil during World War II, when a lot of nations actually allied with them. So I know the multiplayer they added a lot of. So I know the multiplayer they added gun games and stuff from Black Ops 2, Black Ops I remember, and they kept going that way. Sometimes they had zombies. I mean, it's okay, but people want something new. Okay, now I understand why people were complaining. This game looks like shit. I did the gameplay for 7 minutes and that was enough. And the comments, I understand now why they're mad, because there's no difference with past Call of Duties. In my initial review, I said it. They keep recycling the game. But there's a limit on how many times you can recycle. Yeah, look at this. Glad I could see COD World War II still alive. Hold on a second. However, recycling is not always bad, because Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the last one, so from 2019, was a great success. But also because the original one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, was also a great game. So you take inspiration from great games. And I think they tried to use the same strategy for World War II, except they're like in a sandbox, in a mental sandbox for World War II. They don't want to explore other areas. Whereas for World War II, it's always Normandy, Stalingrad. I mean, yeah, it's pretty boring. Actually, if you wanted to make a great World War II game, let's say they spend 2 years on a game just to make it a bit better, here's what I think could work. First of all, we know that people like bigger maps, more people playing. So that has to be the number one rule. Here are campaigns that video games have not covered for World War II, and I think with a more global world, it could be very interesting. For example, the British Indian Army campaign in Burma, 1944-1945, with the battles of Imphal, Kohima, when the Japanese tried to invade India. That could be a great mission, at least one mission. You have the Australians in New Guinea against the Japanese once again. You could have a mission with Brazilians in Italy, if you want. You had thousands of Brazilian soldiers that fought in Italy from 1944 really to 1945. Could be very interesting. And if you think about the multiplayer game after that, well, think about all the operators and all the options with all these nationalities, a bit like Battlefield 1. Now, off the top of my head, we said Burma, we said New Guinea. You could have China. You could have a game with Chinese troops fighting against the Japanese. That could also work. That could also be an amazing game. Honestly, even a mission about Dunkirk could be amazing. No World War II game, consoles and stuff, has covered the 1940 campaign of the Western Front. So that could be very interesting. You could even play as the Germans, paratroopers jumping into Belgian forts like Ibn Emael, for example, or jumping on the Netherlands. And you could play either as the Belgians or you could play as the Dutch, the Germans. It could be a great mission. Of course, one of my favorite, you could play as the Finns during World War II against the Soviets. And again, there are a lot of movies that covered it. And then you can have DLCs with spin-off. For example, you can have a spin-off for the Spanish Civil War. I want you to tell me in the comment section, what would be the perfect World War II Call of Duty game? If you had carte blanche, you could decide whatever you want. I'm really curious because at this point, I'm confused at what's going on with Call of Duty. Let's check out all the last Call of Duty. So you had Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Okay. But you see, it's like another Black Ops taking place during the Cold War. You already had the first one, the second one. The first one was actually good. It was one of my favorite games ever. That was good. Warzone was a great success, so that was fun. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the latest one, the 2019 one, that was good. But so they restarted doing well in 2019, 2020. But for a long time, they were lost. Like Call of Duty Black Ops 4, like it's horrible. Call of Duty World War II was really meh. It was fun, but nothing too crazy. Infinity, yeah. For a few years they were really lost because they had to remaster Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original one. And I think this is what gave them the idea to completely make a new game with the same name. Black Ops, Black Ops 3. Yeah. Advanced Warfare. Yeah, for at least 10 years they were completely lost. Like Black Ops 2. Yeah. Modern Warfare 3 was fun too. And what were the campaigns in Call of Duty World War II? But I remember, so yeah, you start as the 1st Infantry Division, again, a huge recycle. And then Operation Cobra, okay, huge recycle of Call of Duty 3, I think. Okay, then you fight in Aachen. Okay, that's pretty cool. Hurtgen Forest. Okay, the Battle of the Bulge. Okay. And you play as the French Resistance. Okay, the campaign is not too bad, but again, heavily focused on the Americans during World War II, and this is literally all we've seen for 20 years in Call of Duty. There's so many other things you could do, so many others. And now with new games like a Battlefield 2042 that is going to be released at the same time, people have the choice between an exhausted Call of Duty franchise with recycled missions and nothing new to offer, and a game that looks cool, Battlefield 2042. Modern Warfare again, but like a bit futuristic. People love that. And it's interesting because there's an article, Game Rant. You can have a look at it. Battlefield 2042 and Call of Duty Vanguard are waging two different wars. As it looks, Battlefield 2042 is looking to be a definitive multiplayer experience. There may be no proper campaign. Thing is, I know that for most first-person shooters nowadays, it's really the question whether or not having a campaign is worth it. Because, for example, Battlefield 2042 will not have a campaign. Warzone showed us that you don't need a campaign either for people to play all the time. So maybe having campaigns is a thing of the past. Battlefield had some, but it's really more about the multiplayer experience because they know this is where people spend the most time. So maybe fantasizing or worrying about what the campaign does is outdated. But now people want something big, grandiose. They want Big maps, a lot of players. So let's see how it holds up. If you like this video, if you like history reactions, don't forget to like and subscribe.